Hello, and welcome to Automate Your Document Processes with the Power of AI Builder. My name is Gwenael Bego, Director of Product Management for AI Builder. And joining me today is Joe Fernandez, Principal Product Manager for AI Builder. And we have a great session for you today, focusing on AI Builder's latest innovations that will enable you to automate the processing of documents end to end. I'm thrilled to also have Eric Cheng with us, Digital Solutions Architect from Komatsu, Australia, who will walk us through his customer story, showcasing how he's been able to use AI Builder and Power Automate to build an intelligent document processing pipeline in just under 4 weeks. Incredible. Now, Eric was able to do this with AI Builder, Microsoft's no-code AI capability that allows citizen developers and business users to explore and customize AI models. With AI Builder, makers can safely and reliably access Microsoft's AI models to enhance their productivity and transform how they work. And because AI Builder is a no-code capability, it is accessible to all citizen developers without a steep learning curve. For pro developers, AI Builder is also a great option to get AI-driven solutions to market faster without losing performance or reliability at scale. With AI Builder, a world of AI is at your fingertips to build transformative experiences and increase productivity. Now, because the power of AI is really unleashed when it is combined with productivity apps, AI Builder is integrated as a shared capability across multiple products within Microsoft. Within the Power Platform, Microsoft's no-code, low-code productivity suite, you can use AI Builder in tandem with other products to build innovative scenarios. For example, you can use AI Builder with Power Automate to build intelligent automation, to extract content from documents, or to analyze and transform text. With Power Apps, you can use AI Builder to classify and detect objects within images or visualize text transformations in real time. You can even predict future outcomes from structured data that you have in Dataverse. Let's look at what's under the hood of AI Builder. AI Builder is built on top of Azure AI, giving citizen developers access to Azure AI capabilities in no code. Microsoft's AI portfolio consists of 3 layers. At the top, we have the application layer with line of business apps designed for business users and accessible through Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365 product offerings. At the center is Microsoft's Power Platform, the set of no-code, low-code development tools for the enterprise. Because AI Builder is integrated within the Power Platform, it allows citizen developers to infuse AI seamlessly in their apps and workflows. At the core of the stack, we have Azure AI, Microsoft's code-first AI platform designed for developers and data scientists. Now, because AI Builder is built on top of Azure AI, citizen developers benefit from the same world-class performance and reliability of Azure AI services when they use AI Builder capabilities. So what can you actually do with AI Builder? Well, you can leverage pre-trained AI models that work out of the box. You can also custom train AI models to work better with your unique business data. This is enabled through no-code point-and-click training wizards that are easy to use and quick to set up. Now, an important feature of AI Builder is also its governance capabilities. AI Builder allows admins to control who has access to AI and govern how AI models are used across your organization. It all works in a SaaS-based management solution. In terms of capabilities, AI Builder allows you to apply models to 4 broad data categories: documents, texts, images, and structured data. Let's look at these capabilities in a little bit more detail. For documents, users can train custom models to extract and process data from either structured forms or unstructured documents, like contracts or statements of work. AI Builder can also recognize text from pictures of documents, can process invoices and receipts, as well as passports, driver's licenses, and business cards. AI Builder can also process text in files or emails to understand sentiment, to categorize text for case routing, to extract key talking points, or to translate and detect language. With images, users can detect and identify objects, classify images, or with our latest feature, generate a written description of an image. Finally, users can also predict future quantity outcomes, through analysis of structured data in Dataverse. And if you want to leverage your own AI models built by your own in-house data science team and make them available to makers, you can as well. With the new Bring Your Own Model capability, you can import AI models into AI Builder to be used by citizen developers in Power Apps, in Power Automate, or in Dataverse. You can really build transformative experiences by making the AI models of your data scientists available to citizen makers in your company. There you have it for all of AI Builder's capabilities. For the rest of this session, we're going to deep dive into intelligent document processing, also referred to as IDP. Now, IDP is a software solution that captures and transforms data from documents like emails, text, or scanned documents, and it uses AI technologies such as computer vision, OCR, natural language processing, and machine or deep learning. The extracted data can be analyzed, categorized, transformed, and exported to external systems in an end-to-end process. IDP can understand both structured documents like forms, invoices, receipts, or identity documents, or unstructured documents like emails, memos, contracts, or customer feedback requests. Now, data is at the heart of most every business operation, and a large number of industries and businesses still rely on manual document-based processes today to move data across entities. But by empowering makers across their business to automate their document-based processes, business users can process data with fewer errors, can also get time back to perform more meaningful tasks, and can operate their processes more efficiently at a fraction of the cost. Let's look at how this applies to a typical use case that we have for IDP, which is invoice processing, to perform essentially an accounts payable process. In this process, typically, suppliers send their invoices over to a central mailbox, and teams of workers manually review the invoice emails to verify the data and match it against the original purchase orders. The verified data is then entered manually in a financial system or ERP for processing. This process is a perfect use case for automation because it is highly repetitive. It's also highly error-prone when done manually, and generally it's very time-consuming and also time-sensitive, meaning that downstream processes rely on it. And if it's done incorrectly, it could generate partner dissatisfaction. So in this next part of the session, now that I've introduced the invoice processing process, I'll now hand it over to Eric Cheng from Komatsu, and he's going to show us how he's built an end-to-end invoice processing solution in just under 4 weeks using Power Automate and AI Builder. Before we begin and I hand it over to Eric, we'll kick things off with a brief presentation video of Komatsu, and then we'll let Eric have the floor. Thank you.
Since Komatsu's founding nearly 100 years ago, we've held true to our initial purpose, providing sustainable growth for people and communities. We are manufacturers, engineers, service providers, and innovators. We're also business partners, community volunteers, and environmental stewards. We work with our customers, partners, and the communities around us to develop sustainable solutions that help move society forward. From a small pine tree into a self-sustaining forest, at Komatsu, possibilities become progress.
Thank you, Gwenael, and hello and welcome to everyone for joining. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to speak with you at Ignite 2022. My name is Eric Cheng, and I'm a digital solutions architect with Komatsu Australia. I've been architecting and developing solutions for over 15 years across Office 365, business applications, and Azure. I'm a certified Azure architect, DevOps engineer, Power Platform maker, and trainer. Today, I want to talk about and share with you Komatsu's hyper-automation journey and how we have used AI Builder and the Power Platform to enable intelligent document processing at scale. Thank you.
To frame up the challenge, here at Komatsu, we receive over 52,000 parts invoices per year across 259 of our global OEMs and local suppliers right here in Australia. So whenever a customer orders a part from us and we place that order with our OEMs or suppliers, that's really where these invoices come from. And each of these invoices are sent and routed through to a small processing team of 3 people within our parts department, who then carry out a very manual and repetitive process known as invoice fixing. The team would monitor a shared mailbox for any new invoices. Each invoice is then downloaded and filed away. The header and the line items are read and extracted and entered into a CSV template. The invoice data is then validated and matched against the purchase order report using a series of VLOOKUPs and macros. And finally, the invoice data is loaded into an AS400 mainframe system, which is then processed by adding any additional charges such as taxes and freight. This then triggers some downstream processes such as goods receipting and the ability to pick orders for our customers in our distribution centers. So this process by itself isn't overly complex or difficult, but it is very important. If it isn't carried out accurately or on time, it can impact on those downstream processes I talked about earlier. We can end up with errors during goods receipting. We can impact on the ability to pick orders and send out parts to our customers. So there is a real material customer impact. And because of this, as well as the sheer volume of invoices that comes through the team, a tremendous amount of pressure is placed on this team. When there's peak periods of processing in the year, month, or even during the week, or something as simple as someone being away on sick or on holidays, the workload really starts to hurt, and it doesn't go away because of the criticality of this process. For our solution, we decided to select a supplier as a pilot and automate the invoice fixing process using the Power Platform. Here you can see a high-level solution architecture of our solution. And what we've done is we've implemented a Power Automate Cloudflow, which provides the orchestration and is used to monitor our shared mailbox for any new invoices that comes in. Each invoice is then sent to a custom-trained AI builder model to extract information from the invoices. The invoice information is then validated and matched against the purchase order details using an Azure Synapse data lake. And the Cloudflow would then trigger 2 desktop flows. The first desktop flow is used to generate the CSV file and upload it to our AS400 mainframe system using UI automation. The second desktop flow will provide the processing of the invoice in our AS400 mainframe system using terminal emulation. So this is the Cloudflow at the center of our automation. Cloudflow runs off a recurring trigger, and when it runs, it will query an Azure Key Vault and return a list of secrets such as connection strings, usernames, and passwords, and these can then be safely and securely used throughout the rest of our solution. The Cloudflow will then query our shared mailbox and return a list of emails and attached invoices, which are then sent to a custom-trained AI builder model for extraction. So this AI builder model has been trained to extract both the header and the details of our invoice. So things like the invoice number, the date, the purchase order number, as well as any quantities and dollar figures are all extracted. So prior to AI Builder, we were using Azure Cognitive Services, or more specifically, Form Recognizer. And whilst that was already quite easy to use, AI Builder takes it to the next level by abstracting even more of the work and the complexity away. We didn't have to understand or use the APIs. We also didn't even need to leave the maker environment to create and train our AI Builder models. As you can see, at the time of recording, we had an accuracy of 94%. However, after going live with our solution, we were able to retrain our model with additional invoices and get the accuracy back up to 99%. So again, this highlights how easy it was for organizations like ours to be able to create, train, and maintain AI builder models with our specific AI or machine learning skill sets. So once we've extracted the information using AI Builder, we're able to then perform the validation and matching against our purchase order. So prior to automation, this was a very manual and tedious step involving many VLOOKUPs and macros. Thanks to our data team, we've been able to ingest the purchase order details into our Azure Synapse data lake. And as you can see, we've been able to replace all of that with a single action using the SQL connector. Once we validated and matched the invoices, we store the information into an Azure SQL database. We then file the emails away, depending on if it was successful or if there's an error. Any errors are managed by the processing team as an exception. We then execute the 2 desktop flows, which we'll see shortly. So this is the first of the 2 desktop flows. The first desktop flow is responsible for creating the CSV file based on the information from our SQL database. We authenticate and we browse to the CSV file where it's then uploaded. The second desktop flow uses terminal emulation to traverse the various screens of our AS400 mainframe system. It edits each of the invoices with any additional charges, such as taxes and freight, and then it will finalize this invoice, which will then trigger those downstream processes. As you can see, it can process each invoice very quickly and very accurately. Our experience of document processing using Power Platform and AI Builder has been quite significant. Not only were we able to go from procuring licenses to production in under 4 weeks, we were also able to automate the invoice processing of over 1,200 invoices per year and give back 300 hours to our processing team. While this may not sound like much, this is really only the first of our many suppliers and OEMs, and the true value proposition for us is to validate the technology and to create a blueprint for the automation of our remaining suppliers. In addition to these task-based benefits, there are also the immeasurable people benefits. By automating more and more of these suppliers, we'll be able to start shifting our team from manual processing to providing oversight of the automated process and managing exceptions. Not only do we reduce the stress and the workload of the team, but we can also then start to refocus the team to higher value and more interesting work.
And that's it. I hope everyone has found this session both interesting and informative. Back to you, Gwenael.
Wow, thanks, Eric. It's amazing that you've been able to build such a complete solution in under 4 weeks. Truly incredible. Now, I'll turn it over to Joe Fernandez, Principal Product Manager at AI Builder, and he's going to walk us through the latest innovations in IDP that we're announcing today at Ignite. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you, Gwenael. Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Fernandez, and I'm a product manager in the AI Builder team. In the next few minutes, we're going to look at a demo that showcases some of the exciting new capabilities we're adding to AI Builder for intelligent document processing. Without further ado, let's jump right into the demo. For this demo, I'll be playing the role of a real estate agent in a company that manages properties. One of the tasks I have to do is that every time a new property is rented, I receive these rental agreements like these ones, which are stored in this SharePoint folder. And then every time there's a new rental agreement, I need to open one by one, enter the data into this Excel file, and then also enter the data into this website. This takes me a significant time of my work during the month and is a repetitive and, quite frankly, a quite boring process. So let's see how we can automate this process using AI Builder and Power Automate. Here we are in the Explore page of AI Builder that we can find both in Power Automate as well as in Power Apps, and can filter down by the type of model as we saw at the beginning of the presentation. We also have helpful tutorials if you want to learn more about AI Builder or expand your knowledge on AI Builder, as well as use cases, videos, and customer use cases that you can use to get inspiration on how you can apply artificial intelligence in your business. Getting started is very simple. When I click on any of these tiles, for example here I'm looking at invoice processing, I get a description of what the model is able to do. I also see some examples, and I can even try for free my own examples. So let's try with one invoice of mine. Here I have uploaded an invoice that I have stored in my computer. The invoice is in Spanish, and we can see that it's able to extract all domain information from the invoice without having me to configure anything. It even does tables that span across multiple pages, and the local tax amount. This is a new announcement that we're excited to make. Now the pre-built invoice model not only supports invoices in English, but also in Dutch, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, as well as in Spanish, as we can see in this example. Okay, back to our use case of the rental agreements. We don't have a pre-built model for rental agreements, but that's not a problem because we can train our own custom model using document processing. Again, here we're welcome with a familiar experience that explains us what this model is about. And I click Get Started. And now we enter into a wizard experience, which is going to guide me step by step to build my very own custom model. The first thing that I need to pick is which type of document I want this model to learn about. It can be structured, so for example, an invoice, a sales order, or a tax form, where elements in the document are in known places, or also unstructured, so things like contracts, statement of works, or resumes, where the information can be anywhere within a paragraph of text. Today we're excited to announce that now the custom document processing model is able to also handle unstructured documents in general availability. In this case, our rental agreements are unstructured, so I'm going to pick unstructured documents. In the next step, I need to define which information I want the model to automatically extract from the documents. In this case, I want to extract the landlord, the tenant, the address of the property, the amount of the rent per month, as well as I have an inventory list of everything in the property and I want to extract all this information as well. So let's go ahead and define it. Let's start with the fields. Let's give the table a name, and I want to extract 3 columns: the description, the room, and the category of the item. All right, we've defined all the information we want the model to extract. Let's move to the next step. Here we need to upload sample documents so the AI model can learn about them. We just need to upload 5 sample documents to get started. Let's do that. Here I'm uploading 5 sample rental agreements from a local device. In the next step, AI Builder shows me these 5 sample documents that I have uploaded. And now what I need to do is I need to teach the model where to find the information that we've defined. And here we've also done a number of improvements. The first one is multi-line tagging. Let's say that we have this landlord here. It begins in one line and continues in another line. To tag it, now what I can do is I can start with the first part, indicate it's a landlord, continue with the second part, and I can say continue tagging landlord. And that way I'm able to tag fields that span across multiple lines. Let's do the same with the tenant, the monthly rent amount, and for the address, I'm also going to leverage the new multi-line tagging. Now we also want to extract the inventory list, which is a table. And it's a table that spans across multiple pages. Now, with AI Builder document processing, we can also extract tables that span across more than one page. And tagging them is very simple. I start with the first page, indicate the separations between rows and columns, map each column, I can see a preview on how this table is going to be extracted, and I can indicate to continue tagging on the next page so the model will know how to extract multi-page tables. I'm now done tagging the first document. I can now go through the remaining documents and repeat the same process of tagging all the information. Once I've tagged all the documents, I'm presented with this summary page when I can review the details of the model. I can then go ahead and train my model. Once the model is trained, I go into the model's details page, and here I can do a number of things. First, I want to test how my model performs. So I'm going to use quick test and try with a document I did not use for training. I've uploaded a sample document from a local device, and I can see that all the information I care about is extracted with a high confidence score, including the multi-page inventory list, as we can see here. Another thing we can do in the details page of the model is share my model. Up until now, I could share my model to anybody in my organization so they could use it in an automation flow or in an application. Now we are excited to announce that I can also share my model with people in my organization as co-owners. This means that here, for example, I've shared my model with Lian, and she's going to be able to come into the model, edit the model, and improve the model, and help me tag more documents, for example. Or if I go on vacation, Lian will be able to make any changes in the model. And then an AI builder model is only useful if I use it in an end-to-end automation. So let's automate the process we were discussing at the beginning of the demo. So I'm going to click on Use Model. We want to build an intelligent automation, and it's asking me where my documents are coming from. In this case, we are storing the rental agreements in a SharePoint folder. So let me pick SharePoint Document Library. This takes me to an end-to-end flow already set up for me. I just have to specify where the SharePoint folder is. The AI Builder action is already configured with the document processing model that we trained. And now the flow also includes a feedback loop section. We're excited to announce the new feedback loop feature for document processing models. How does it work? Now your automation flows can define validation rules to decide whether the data extracted by the AI model is good for you or not. Here, for example, I'm defining that each field confidence score has to be at least 75%. If it is not, you can send the document to the AI Builder feedback loop queue, which will send the document to the model for retraining. When this flow runs, if a document doesn't meet one of the validation rules we've defined, it gets added to the feedback loop queue. Next time I edit the model, I will be able to add those flagged documents into the training set, and I can retrain the model with these documents so the AI model gets improved. If the document passes the validation rule that I've defined, I can then go ahead and push the data into Excel and into the website. For Excel, I'm going to select the Excel connector, add the row into a table, and I'm going to map the information extracted by the model into each column. To push the data into the website, I've built a desktop flow using Automate Desktop. So I'm going to call it from this flow. Okay, our automation flow is now ready. Let's save it and test it. I've added a new rental agreement into the SharePoint folder, and now our automation flow gets triggered, extracts the data using the AI Builder document processing model that we've trained. The data is inserted into the Excel file. And then a desktop flow automatically enters the data for me into the website. And there we have it. We've seen how in a matter of minutes, we've been able to automate a very manual process with Power Automate and the power of artificial intelligence through AI Builder. Let's recap the main announcements we've talked about. First, the out-of-the-box invoice processing model now supports more languages. Then, we've also seen how the custom model can now extract data from unstructured documents, now in general availability. We've also seen how we can now tag multi-line fields, as well as tag and extract tables that span across multiple pages. We've also seen how we can now share our models with more people in the organization with owner rights, meaning that they can help collaborate with us in the model. And last but not least, we've looked at feedback loop, which we can use to improve the model over time. I hope you find these features helpful, and please do let us know if you have any feedback. And with that, back to you, Gwenael.
Thanks, Joe. Now, with all these new innovations, I'm really excited to see how makers across the globe are going to be able to transform their document-based processes with AI Builder and Power Automate. I want to give a big thank you to Eric Cheng at Komatsu for showcasing his invoice processing solution today. It's incredible to see how with just one person in just under 4 weeks, Eric was able to build a complete end-to-end invoice processing pipeline. Truly transformative. Now, if you'd like to try out all these new capabilities, just head out over to the AI Builder Explore page at aka.ms/try AI Builder and start using AI today to be more productive. With AI Builder, you have a world of AI that is at your fingertips. Now, on the AI Builder Explore page, you'll find a ton of resources to get started so that you can easily understand how to use AI models and how to apply them to transform your apps and the processes that are in your company. You'll be able to try out models, quick test with your own specific custom data. You can also build custom models in end-to-end training wizard. We also have a large set of app and flow templates so that you can easily build end-to-end scenarios. On the page, we'll also have AI Builder tutorials, case studies, and how-to videos to accompany you in getting started. And lastly, I want to encourage you to go and watch 2 other Ignite sessions that are focusing on AI-driven solutions. The first is called Scale Hyper-Automation in the Cloud with Power Automate. You'll be able to see all of the latest innovations from the Power Automate team. The second one is called What's Next for Content Management and AI, SharePoint Syntax, Search, and Advanced Management. You'll be able to see how we've included AI Builder directly in SharePoint Syntax so that you're able to custom train a form processing model in SharePoint and apply it to the documents that you have in SharePoint. Another great story. Enjoy those 2 sessions, and thank you. We look forward to seeing how you can use AI Builder to transform your business today.